Hello, readers and leaders. Today, I would like to show you how to use one of my favorite tinkering and coding tools, Scratch. Now, this website is great because it is absolutely free and it lets you create projects on your own, but also has a lot of really great tutorials and projects for you to learn from and try out. But today we're going to look specifically on how we could play around with making our own original project. So I'm going to click here to get started. And you will see that it already comes loaded with a character here. But if we come down here to choose a different sprite, there are lots and lots of options that we can choose from. There are also lots and lots of different options of backgrounds to set our little experiment on. I'm just going to choose one to make it more interesting. There we go. So I have my guy here, and we're going to get to the coding options in just a second. I just wanted to show that there are also costuming or just edits that you can make to your characters. So like I could draw on a little hat for my friend. And of course, this might get better with some practice, but look, I've added a hat now and it appears on my screen over here. Also, there are sounds that you can add. So like if I play this right now, and I can change it and I can make it softer and I can make it faster, fade in, and all of that can apply to my project, especially if I code in sound. So let's go take a look at what we're really all here to do, and that is to code and experiment. So you can see we have lots of different options for what we could do. And of course, this just takes some time to experiment and show around. So if I were to pull this one over here, I could make my little guy move. Every time I click, he starts to move. And then I could also add some other things as well. So I could maybe put on this and attach it. So every time he moves, he says, hello. Now, of course, it would be a lot of fun if there was sound as well. So lots of different things you can do here. But I'm going to click, since I already made the meow sound, I'm going to put the meow up here actually. And so you can hear it now every time. So things move around, they change, and they can easily be taken away if you don't like something. It's very, very easy to have these separate items. And they don't have to necessarily connect either. And so that's kind of the beauty of this resource, is that you can go to these different options and you can see what works and what you like. And all the while you're learning how to code, but without having to worry about if you're doing it right. Because tinkering does not mean that you have to get it right. It just means that you are trying new things and that you're experimenting. All right, some other coding options here on Scratch. We have certain events that could happen. So maybe I want the sound and the movement to happen when I click on the green flag. Here we go, it's happening now. We also have some controlling codes here that we could add on. There's also some sensing things. So maybe every time he meows, every time that he's touching the green, and he's kind of escaping me now here. There's also different operators depending on if you add in extra objects and devices here, and some variables as well that you can add on to anything that you do. And you can create your own block. And when you create something and maybe you don't like it, all you have to do is drag it all over and you can start over again. That's kind of the beauty of this. So I hope that you take the time and explore Scratch, enjoy it, and have some fun creating new things. You never know what you might create. Thank you for listening, and remember to stop by the library if you have any questions.